Welcome back to the show. Well, here you've heard Susan and I talk about the Wee Days. We have had a chance to go out there as well, too, and the Kielburger brothers that have really proven to those that doubted that teen can make a big difference. And there's other organizations around the world that have done that. Well, we have the great pleasure of introducing you to two gentlemen here that are part of a group called Social Venture Partners that are doing some good in a philanthropic way here locally. So what does that actually tangibly mean? Well, let's find out together, shall we? Matthew Caputo is here. He is the teen chair, and also Ben Jackson, who is a teen member. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you dropping by today.
Thank you. We're glad to be here.
You know, and we've said this quite often, that often the teens, because of the news and the media, you only hear about the bad things that happen or the bad things that go on in life. And we've all been teens, those of us that get older, but we always like to make it seem like the teens of today are far worse than I was when I was young. Do you feel that? Do you sense that pressure?
I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of people are appreciating what we're doing, and we've...
But without knowing about this. I'm just saying teens in general. Do you kind of get branded as...
yeah, I'd agree with that, actually.
Hanging out, just causing trouble?
What you said, the media, I guess, focuses more. It's more of a big deal when we do something bad, I guess. So
like when you see a group of teens hanging out at the mall, rarely does someone stop and go, keep doing what you guys are doing. This is great. It's more like, what are they up to? No good? So at some point, along comes this wonderful organization. Well, give me a little background on what the group is.
Well, the goal of our group is to provide aid to a charity in our region that will help create a positive impact in our region. And the difference between our group and, I guess, other typical fundraising philanthropy groups is that not only do we donate money, we also donate our time and expertise, and we go meet with the charities and help them out as well.
Okay, so Ben, as one of the members, let me know personally for you, what was it that made you want to be part of this?
I mean, my parents have been big believers in kind of giving back to our community, and they've kind of instilled that on me as well. I mean, this community has done so much for me. I've lived in this community my whole life, so just having the opportunity to give back to it really means a lot to me.
And how about for you, Matthew? We were looking at some photos there of one of the displays, or when you were out and about. It looked like lemons. It looked like you were out.
Yeah, that was our first fundraising activity, I guess. It was at an event called 8x10, which is run by the SVP adult group, I guess you could call it. And what we did there is we thought it would be kind of cute to, since we're young, we're teens, set up a lemonade stand. That's the most classic way to make money as a young person.
Yeah, one of the first introductions to economics for young people,
yeah,
anyway.
Sure. So we set that up, and we said, if you give us a donation, it could be anything, we'll give you a lemonade. And we made a fair amount of money that night. Yeah.
You know, most people, when they give to do some good, they don't expect anything back. So that's really just sort of a token thank you, if you will, too. But do you find that generally people have in them the willingness to give, and maybe they just want to find the right way to do it?
I think so, yeah. I think our region is really good for that, actually, because I've met a lot of adults and a lot of teens like us who are very willing to do stuff to make the place they live better, and I think that's great.
And I think we're just, sadly, you know, Ben, we're in a society where you're a little skeptical when you hear about charities because you're a little worried about, is the money going to the right place, or is only 5% going to the right place? So you kind of have to contend with that. So when you latch onto something that you know is legit, it really matters, doesn't it?
It does, and I mean, that's kind of, we go through a large process to determine what charities we plan on donating to. So we want to make sure that we're donating to the best possible charity, the one that's going to have 100% of the money that we donate, that's going back to what the charity plans on doing.
Okay, now you mentioned, Matthew, or you referred to adult advisors. Do you have sort of advisors that help you, or a mentor?
Yes. We have two, Tim and Jennifer, and they've been a great help. They were the ones who initially organized the group, I guess, sent out emails to all of us, all of the kids of the adult SVP group.
Okay, and how many do you have in the group now?
Around 12, I believe, 11 or 12,
okay.
yeah.
So at what point during the year, like what process are we at now, do you choose the next recipients of that year's funds? Or is it throughout the year you pick different charities? How does it work?
Right now we're still fundraising, but we are going to submit...
do charities submit to you and say, please, we'd love to be the recipient?
Yes, they do. We give them an application, sort of, and charities that fit our area of focus will apply to us for our money and our time.
Okay, now are the teens in this particular organization from one particular school, or is it throughout the region?
We're really throughout Waterloo region. I mean, we have people, a lot of us are from Waterloo, but all